My name is Aaron, and I'm married to Tina, my beautiful wife, and we have an 18-month-old little girl named Katie.
My name is Tina. I'm 30. I'm a licensed specialist in school psychology, aka school psychologist, and I work with students in special education.
Tina and I met over at Lakewood. Actually, we were involved in the singles ministry over there called Portico, and we happened to run into each other. I think it was like through softball or something like that, flag football. And we started talking, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
We've been married for about 4 years now. The best part of our family is, I think, just that we're very cohesive, and Aaron and I mean, we can finish each other's sentences.
I found Thrive by, actually through Tom. Tom and I used to minister to students over at Lakewood together. We were involved in youth ministry, and he invited me to come on the journey, and so I said okay.
I got involved with Thrive. I knew Tom before, working in ministry with students, and he asked us to come on this dream and vision with him, and here we are today.
Right now, actually, we're pretty excited because my wife Tina and I are working with the youth, and we're like really excited. We can't wait for all the stuff that God is going to do.
I'm in youth ministry because I love the kids and I love to see them grow through processes. Where they start and then where they end is totally just awesome, and seeing their growth through the years.
Well, our journey started back in February of this year. It's February 3rd to be exact. And I remember waking up in the middle of the morning. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I remember feeling the bed shaking. And I looked over and Tina was shaking like violently. And so I grabbed her, and I didn't know what was going on. I took her downstairs, and I called the ambulance, and they took her to the emergency room. And we got there, and they ran a bunch of tests on her and stuff, and I had no idea what was happening. I was like, this is crazy. And I remember we're sitting there in the ER, it's like 3:30 in the morning, and a doctor came in, one of the ER doctors, and he just was like, wow, just totally cold and kind of unfeeling. And he said, hey, I have some bad news for you. Your wife has brain cancer.
I just remember waking up in the hospital. One thing I remember is the night that I had seizures. I know Aaron was kind of freaked out and a little scared. And then I just remember I was sitting there with the paramedics, and they were asking me questions, and I think I was just very confused as to what was going on. I had no idea. And I just remember seeing Aaron with this really scared face. And I just remember thinking, just like I was very confused as to what was happening. And the next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital and people were around me, and I don't remember the ambulance ride. I don't remember them doing MRIs and CAT scans and doing all this stuff. All I remember is waking up in the room the next day, I think.
Whenever the doctor told me that Tina had brain cancer, I think at first I was just numb. You know, I didn't really know what to feel. I was just kind of in shock, I guess. I didn't know if, obviously he knew what he was talking about, and so I guess I kind of felt cold and just in shock, basically.
I think I realized it was really serious when the doctor came in and said, you know, you have a brain tumor, and it's really big comparably. It's probably, I think he said, the size of a small grapefruit. And for a brain tumor, supposedly that's very large. I think your brain's not very big anyways. And then him just saying, you know, it's definitely, we're going to have surgery, that's not a question. And then we'll talk about treatments and how that kind of goes down. So I think it was then that I kind of realized, okay, so here we go, you know. But I think that God kind of just in those moments just kind of gave us grace, and I think I remember thinking, wow, you know, I have a brain tumor, I'm 30 years old, I'm young, and I have an 18-month daughter. And I just remember there was moments I was scared, and I think there's moments where like, wow, you know, God, you're awesome, and I know that I'm going to get through this, and you know, we're going to make it, and it'll be fine.
I think the one moment in time that I was scared was actually after the surgery. It was a couple nights, I don't remember exactly, but a couple nights after. They had released us from the ICU and we're upstairs. And Tina was having some complications and stuff. And I knew something was wrong, but it seemed like nobody believed me. And she was having problems breathing a little bit. And her blood pressure started dropping like rapidly. And her temperature spiked up, like going higher and higher, up to a point, I think it was like 104 or something. And at one point she was kind of, like not really unconscious, but not really with it. And, you know, when I would talk to her and she was just kind of out of it. And it was very serious. I knew because there's lots of people who were coming in the room, rushing in and trying to take vitals with her and stuff. And so, I guess I kind of thought, you know, geez, what would it be like to not have my wife, or like what would Katie do without her mom? So yeah, it was a pretty rough night. So yeah, that was probably the toughest night, I think, you know, because at that point I really, I guess I could have lost her. I think down deep, something, you know, inside me knew that I wasn't going to, but, you know, just being human, I kind of felt like there's a possibility that I could, so.
Yeah, my recovery process. Well, right after surgery, supposedly I was able to move everything, and then at one point in time I had like 4 seizures, and then I lost all movement in my left side of my body, so I couldn't move anything. And I remember just being laying there and just being frustrated because I couldn't move, you know, my arm or my leg.
I have no idea, absolutely no idea how I could have gone through this without God. In fact, I don't realize, I talk to Tina about this all the time, I don't know how anyone could go through any kind of tragedy without God, having some sort of purpose and having like a bigger reason for it, you know. God was there for me every single minute, every single day, every single second. He never left me. He never left Tina. And even in the moments when I felt like he wasn't there, I still knew in my heart that he was always there for me.
I'm most thankful for Aaron always being there. You know, he was there through, you know, from the moment it began and never left my side one night. He's been there through the whole time, and just God, you know, giving us just a supernatural grace and peace. I think I have a new perspective on life and just being, from day to day, just cherishing every moment that I have with Katie and with Aaron, knowing that, you know, any moment I could just not be here.